July was a very special month. You probably saw by the title, but I made 20 something $1,000 this month, probably 22,000. I don't know yet because I'm filming this on the 26th, but I'm at 19 right now, so I'm assuming it'll be 22 or so. I've been on a crazy Linsanity run like the last 6 days. I'm cranking ads with my guy, with my agency dude. We're fucking cooking on the ads, but I don't even know if that's why. It's just been an uptick. I think in August it's gonna naturally go up because the biggest test is in August. So August is gonna smash. I'm gonna go over my goals for that later in the video. But yeah, this is very special this month. MRR just had 10K monthly recurring revenue. Last month it was 5K, so pretty much doubled. And then annual recurring revenue is 120K accordingly. So yeah, pretty cool. Exciting month. And August will be fucking insane as well. But let's talk about the actual meat of the stuff. So, yeah, last month 5,900 MRR. This month is 10,300. Last month I had 93 active subscribers. This month I have 157. It'll probably be like 165 at the end of the month, but we'll see. Actually, probably more honestly. I've been averaging like 6 course sales a day, so actually like 5. Anyway, I just raised my prices on the blueprint, my group thing. Barely though. It was $70 a month a week ago, but I just raised it to 80. It's whatever. All right. Blah blah blah. Yeah, here's what I worked on. So I have a new site, scotts@tprep.com. I have tutoring packages. Before it was really disorganized. I would just do one-off sessions, like recurring usually, and there was no like they wouldn't pay up front. It was disorganized, and the I would have leaks. Like I would have leakage of people who just who stray, like they sink off. So you need to sell packages. Packages are fucking insane. I have 3 packages. Cheapest one is $9.95. That's 4 hours with me plus 3 hours in my group, or 3 months in my group. Um, the second package is $19.95. That is 8 hours with me, and then 6 months with my group. And then the biggest package, which I call the guarantee, it's a guarantee. It's $34.95, $3,495. And that is 15 hours with me in a year with my group. So that's the biggest one. That's gonna be a fucking money maker right there. If I just close like one of those a month or two a month, that'd be sick. That's gonna take me from like 20 to 30K a month. So anyway, we'll see about that. But I just gotta experiment. And then I also added a shit ton of stuff to the blueprint, which is my group once again. I added a reading question bank, and I added this long ass 3 week course. It took me a month to film. It was ridiculous, but a lot of people are liking that shit. So looking pretty good. I just got to keep grinding. Once again, I have like my whiteboard here with all the shit I got to do. So it's going to be very, very busy fall for me, but it's going to be very good. So I'm excited. Uh, what are the negative things? I think the only like negative thing over the last month or so is the fact that obviously I'm not a software developer. I don't really have much experience. So I hired two developers to do my shit for me. And I think that's limiting me. Like the newer guy I hired is pretty good. The older guy I hired that does my blueprint stuff, he's extremely valuable. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to keep working with him, but his dev team just isn't really good. Um, it takes him like a month to ship a feature, whereas it should be literally like snap in an hour or a day. So I think the actual quality of my developers is a bottleneck for me. It's a big one because if I had like a cracked ass dev I can just shoot a text to and he just fixes it immediately, I'd be printing a lot more money, I think, or at least I would have higher retention with my customers. But anyway, that's just not much I can fix there. I'm gonna hire some more devs. I hired a new dev who did my package side. It's pretty good. He's pretty good. But my older one is the issue. But once again, I'm going to keep working with him because he's really really good at everything. Except like the only issue is that he ships features very slowly, which is I don't like it, but it's not a deal breaker. He's still very good. Other than that, like he runs my ads, he fucking did all my landing pages, he set up my email list mailer. So yeah, it's very good. Don't get me wrong, but anyway, I'm gonna hire more devs over time, and that's about it. Because I want a lot of features on the site. I want the practice test to be more realistic. That's why I hired the new guy. He built a new platform for my students to use, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, just the dev stuff is holding me back. Anyway, I'll fix that with money. You know, money buys everything, so I can just buy a new dev, whatever. Uh, Lessons. I got a lot here actually. So let's listen up. Here's some sauce. First of all, don't compete on price. I just made a LinkedIn post about this, but I learned this with my last business, which is a clothing brand. It was fucking terrible, and also like the start of tutoring. Like there are people that will literally tutor you for free, right? So it's impossible to compete on price. You cannot be a commodity in the market. It's not just test prep, dude. It's every single industry. You cannot compete on price. You have to compete on outcomes. And I get the best outcomes in the game. I'm the best in the game. I know it. So that's why I get paid a little bit of money, you know? You want to compete on outcomes, not on price. If you're saying, "Oh, I'm cheaper than the other guy," then you're one. It's a race to the bottom, bro. Like Alex Ramosi talks about this. If you just keep lowering your prices, you're both just gonna fuck yourselves over, right? So you want to compete on outcomes. I want to charge premium pricing. That's why I just raised my prices to $215 an hour for tutoring. It's still $80 a month for my group, but that's because that's scalable. Tutoring one-on-one is not scalable. So the only way to scale an offer that's one-on-one time-wise is going to be raising your price, um, or doing more, right? And it's just an issue if you are competing on price and you're just kind of cooked, right? You only have so much time in the day. So I want to do tutoring less. It's really a pain in my ass. Like I'm fine with tutoring. I like tutoring. You know, it's fine. But it's ass when I'm working 6 hours a day and I'm only going to pay like, $100 an hour, which don't get me wrong, is pretty good, but I'd prefer to have more. I'm greedy. Anyway, uh, next, saturation isn't bad. I just watched a YouTube video on this. If your market is saturated, you're not necessarily in a bad spot. That's just proving the fact that people want your shit, right? Test prep, literally one of the most competitive markets in the game, I'd probably say. It's like clothing is maybe number one or something. Test prep is up there. Okay, it's extremely competitive. There's so many fucking AI slop study apps that are dog shit. Uh, so it just proves that there's demand for your product, right? So all you have to do is go into a saturated market. Therefore, your product market fit is pretty much proven already, and you have to go in and be better, be different, right? You got to go into a market, be different than the other people. If they zig, you zag, or whatever the fuck they say, right? So a good example of this is Alex Ramosi. Normally the business consultants are like fucking, they got a tuxedo on, a suit, whatever. This dude's like a lumberjack wearing a tank top like I am right now, and he has like hairy ass armpits and shit, right? You want to be different than the other guy. So literally go into a market, be different and be better, get better outcomes. And yeah, you'll win. That's it. Like saturation is the fucking stupidest shit I hear from people that are like giving excuses to why they can't start a business, right? So anyway, I just want to rant there. Third is like, dude, subscriptions as a product is so easy. It's not hard to sell subscriptions. Like, I bet you pay for like fucking 20 subscriptions. You can sell a subscription that people will buy very easily. I have a subscription and 160 people are paying me $70 a month for it, right? Or 80 now. So it's really fucking easy to have a subscription model where people will just pay you per month to have your service. Just make it very good. Be like, okay, what's a competitive advantage I have over everyone else that I can sell to people? I can sell my info to them. It's really not that hard. Like subscriptions are the easiest fucking business model in the whole world. So I'm sure you can do it unless you're like sub 80 IQ, then you're fucking cooked, right? But that's not what I'm speaking to. Not trying to be like elitist or whatever, but it's the cold truth. Anyway, subscriptions are easy. You need to get on it. It's not that hard. Just don't be a bitch. Okay. You need to be posting. If you are trying to get rich or at least wealthy of some sort, you need to be posting content. Think about all the rich people that you know. They're all on social media. They're fucking celebrities. They're social media content creators. They're agency owners. They're consultants. They're all selling info. Like most of them are selling info. So people that are rich are probably on social media. So that probably shows you should fucking get on social media, dude. It's not that hard. I'm like the last person you would expect to be on social media. I would not want to do that shit. I was probably destined to be like a computer science geek who just fucking sits there and doesn't do shit, right? Who doesn't post at all. Just is like anonymous, right? But I realized if people are making a shit ton of money on social media, why should I not do it? Like you have to be fucking stupid to not do it, right? So, just lock in, post some videos. It's not that hard. It really is not that hard. Just get over yourself. People are gonna clown you anyway. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it was genetic for me. I never really cared. It's probably just a gene that I have. But a lot of people are just worried about people judging them and shit. So I think if you're worried about that, you're just a pussy and you don't deserve it anyway. So yeah, that's what I think. Next, counter positioning. I touched on this earlier. Sorry if I'm like slurring my words. I went out to the club yesterday. I'm fucking cooked right now. But anyway, counter positioning. You need to be different than everyone else. It's very simple. How am I different? Well, with all of the test prep creators or with all the test prep companies and shit, they're all just old like 60-year-old people who took the test like 45 years ago, right? So why the fuck as a student would you want to go and have a 45-year-old dude as your instructor? You probably want like a 20-year-old guy that'll help you out or girl, whatever. You probably want a 20-year-old, a young person who took the test that's the same format as you're taking it and is also more relatable to you. So that's my counter positioning is like most test prep companies are just, they're old as shit. They're outdated. They don't teach the new SAT like Desmos and stuff. That's my main thing. It's like, I'm the Desmos guy, whatever, I'm young, I'm different, and I teach Desmos. That's my whole thing. If you look at my YouTube comments, they're like, bro, just do by hand. And I clown them every time. I just make fun of them, right? So you need to be different somehow. It's not that hard. You look at your market, you're like, okay, what do these people all have in common? Let me do the opposite of that. Okay, it's that easy. Now, don't do some stupid shit as your counter positioning just to be different. It has to be actually intentional. Mine was intentional from the beginning. Even before I started, I knew that this is what I was gonna be different in. So anyway, be different. It's not too hard. Next one's gonna be a little bit controversial, but no one gives a shit. I have 50 subscribers. Poor people are the worst clients. Might seem like elitist, but I literally, I'm a generous guy. I give out my subscription to multiple people per month, probably like 3 to 5 people a month. And there's this one dude who I gave my subscription to. Keep in mind, this is an $80 subscription. This is not, I'm being generous. I do not need to give you this shit. And he just hits my DMs every day complaining about something on my site. Like he's going to ask, or he asked me, what are we doing this week? And I'm like, oh, we're doing algebra and advanced math. I was like, and he was like, what specifically? And I was like, we're doing algebra and advanced math. And he said some bullshit to me. And that shit just spiked my cortisol immediately. It got me so fucking mad. So, lesson learned, you need to be working with rich people or wealthy people because they are usually better clients. They are more dedicated. They get better results. They complain less. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Like, with the people who I've given discounts to, they're the ones who try and extract the most value from me. So it's just save yourself the time. It's a pain in the ass to deal with these people. Just literally premium price your thing so you're only dealing with those good clients and don't sell yourself short. It's that easy. Or it's not easy. It's that simple. Do not deal with these people who are trying to extract value from you and not give you any back, okay? Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't give any free shit out. I give free shit out all the time. But I'm saying you need to be doing premium pricing so you're attracting better clients. This is a basic business rule, okay? So anyway, just do that from the start and you'll be good. Next, if you're a content creator, if you're a content creator and you take brand deals, you're a fucking idiot. So I get 3 brand deal emails per day probably from like Acely or these AI slot bullshit sites, right? I never have taken a brand deal. Actually, I took a brand deal one time for college admissions something. It was like $300 for a video. So I had to do it, right? But think about it like this. A brand deal, if they offer you a deal to promote their shit, obviously they're getting more value out of you than you are from them. That's the whole reason why they're doing it. They're going to give you like $100 to make a video. $100 is nothing to them. And then you get paid to make this stupid ass video promoting this shitty product probably. And now your audience is going to trust you less. That's a terrible trade-off. I will never ever take a fucking brand deal unless they pay me $10,000 for one video. Or maybe 5. I think if a brand deal messaged me and we were talking, I would charge them $10,000 for one video. Just because a little bit of spite, but also it's fucking stupid to take a brand deal. Like, you have to be an actual idiot to take one. It makes no sense. What do you get, $100? If you're like behind on rent or something, you have bills to pay, I understand it. Get like a little bit of cash flow, okay? But if you're trying to grow your audience and you like money's not an issue for you, don't take a fucking brand deal. It's that easy. Never take one. Okay, got that out of the way. Next, if you're running a business, especially info consulting, you need to live and die by your reputation. So you need to be very generous. You need to give out to the people. You need to not tarnish your reputation. It should be pretty simple. If you have a bad reputation, people are not going to trust you. Think of like Tai Lopez. He fucking ruined his reputation by scamming people in a Ponzi scheme, allegedly. So you have to have a good reputation. That is your most valuable asset. It's pretty self-explanatory. Next, I already said this, but if you want money and you're not doing social media, you are something special, not in a good way. So post on social media. If you don't want to be rich or have a lot of money, you just want a modest lifestyle, I understand it because social media has some negative effects, I guess. But if you're trying to make a lot of money, why the fuck would you not do it? It's just so easy. You can pick up your fucking phone, your cracked iPhone, and make money just by posting videos. So why would you not do it? I don't understand. Okay. What is that? That's pretty much it. Next month, my goal is going to be 15K MRR and then 200 subscribers. 200 was my initial goal at the start of the year, but that's just been cooking. So I'm going to hit it next month probably. That's my goal at least. Maybe I'll hit like 500 by the end of the year. That'd be sick. We'll see. For the future, I'm going to drop a new app. I'm not telling you what it is yet. It's going to be sick though. This could be big. I just don't know how it conflicts with my current one prep offer, like the job I'm working. So we got to see, but it's very, very exciting. I think it could have potential to be like a, maybe a 10-figure type of app. It could be sick. I'm probably going to take investors and hire like 3 devs or something. So it'll be good, but that's later down the line. I want to start making like 30, 40K a month with the blueprint first before I do that. What else? Well, this fall, by the way, I'm staying in Orlando, hometown, just to grind my business and shit, get all this stuff down, start making like 40K a month. That'd be sick. Once I'm done with that, I'm probably gonna go to. I'm not going back to college in the spring, probably. Definitely not, actually. Now that I think about it, college is off for the fall, off for the spring. I might go back at some point, but the only reason I would go back is to find a co-founder who's a software developer who can build my app with me. That's the only value I see out of going back to college right now, because if I go back to college, I'm probably going to get a job. I'd get a job with like that would make 85K a month or 85K a year or so, which is like a third of what I'm making, right? So that makes no sense. It's just fucking stupid. Obviously, it's safer, but I can just go back whenever I want, pretty much. The only value I have out of going there is to find a software developer that can co-found a company with me. I'll give him half equity, and we can fucking grind. But yeah, if you're watching this video and you know a dev, a software developer that's good as fuck, for sure, hit my line. I'll send you some money. Anyway, what else? But yeah, I might go back and live in Atlanta for like a brief time, but just not go to school, just for connections purposes, because I think that's very valuable. Don't get me wrong. I'm an avid college supporter. I just don't think it makes sense for me personally right now. So I think I'll probably go back at some point to Atlanta, the location in general, to get some connections and stuff like that. But that's all I would say right now. I'm staying in Orlando till December, and I'll probably go to Delray just for fun for a few months in the spring. But yeah, that's about it. What was I gonna touch on? Oh, the job with OnePrep. It's going fine. I'm still grinding content with them. We're doing good. Pretty boring. That's about it. Making questions, videos, stuff like that. There's been no bad stuff, no crazy stuff. I might go back to Hong Kong for a couple of weeks in the spring, or not in the spring, in September. But I don't want to go for like a 3-month period again. I can't afford that. I need to stay here and just fucking cook. So anyway, that's about it. I think I covered everything. Looking pretty fucking good. Next month is going to be absolutely historical. And yeah, so I'll see you in the next one.